I've just arrived at Bogota International Airport, Colombia, and I'm walking from the passenger terminal to the cargo terminal, where I hope my motorcycle is waiting for me, and it's a relatively smooth process for me to be reunited with the motorcycle and continue my journey. Okay, I'm inside the cargo terminal. It's funny when some usually official person is trying to talk to me in Spanish, or is talking to me in Spanish, like this person at the gate here, and I say English only, no Spanish, and they continue trying to get their point across in Spanish. It's absolutely hilarious. And I just stand there saying, no, I don't understand what you're saying. And 95% of the time, all the problems go away. It's absolutely hilarious. I just get waved through. Incredible. This is Bogota, Colombia. And I arrived here yesterday afternoon and picked up the bike. All is well. I stayed here last night. I found the hotel quite late at night, and wandering around here at night does not give me a warm fuzzy feeling. He doesn't look too bad this morning, but last night it's it's back to the Mad Max movie. Oh boy. Anyway, it's funny not being able to speak Spanish. It doesn't really seem to be much of an issue. Quite honestly, being a simple male, I don't need to communicate very much at all. Normally a simple grunt or two suffices, and I just bumble my way through it. It's amazing, really. I think I've just about seen enough old Spanish cities for this trip. There's been quite a few, and I am certainly right back in the middle of a very high police and military presence here. I've been wandering around for a couple of hours in Bogota, taking it all in, having a good time, and at no stage have I been out of sight of a probably soldier, but there are a few coppers, with a firearm, and they're very professionally kitted up. All their firearms have got, well, their machine guns anyway, have got a plastic plug in an open bolt, and all they've got to do is pull the plug out and pull the trigger, and they're in business. There's even snipers here. There's guys with, no doubt, pinpoint accurate bolt action hunting rifles, just like we use in Australia for vermin. And they're just positioned around the place, everyone's going about their business. There's obviously a lot of bad guys in these parts. The Latinos certainly have a spontaneity and zest for life that us Anglo-Saxons in our countries just don't have. And I've seen it repeatedly. And even Bogota, which is not a clean town, and I'm certainly in no hurry to live here. And these towns and countries certainly have their issues and challenges, but boy, they sure know how to live, There's just a great vibe in all these places. They're all the same. Well, I'm certainly starting to get down into the steak belt here. There's the usual corn-based bread, but there's a hell of a lot more meat down this way than there is further north, that's for sure. I'm about a day's ride into Colombia, a place called Neibo, N-E-I-B-O. Now that's what I call a pond full of goldfish. Well, the cooking doesn't get a lot simpler than this. It's a little bit early for me to stop for my only meal a day, but I was so drawn by this I just had to have a go at it. This is my mate Nadar here, I think that's how you say it, and I'm going to have a feed of this various animals. I've had a tasty bite. It's a little bit tough, but the whole ambience just sweeps you away. You've got to do it. Okay, well here we are in business. This meat is actually very yummy, a little bit chewy, but it's all good. And there's some sweet vegetables there. I don't know what they are. Oh, there's potato, but I don't know what the other stuff is. And that's served with a bowl of soup. It's got more vegetables in it, so it's actually pretty good, and I think a low risk meal. Now the ribs actually don't get a lot better than this. This is right up there, bloody magnificent. Come back here anytime, bloody beauty. This is a very popular tourist spot. I think it's only locals. They've got flying foxes going across the gorges here. Amazing. One's a little car and the other ones that just sit on flying foxes. And there must be, well, there's a lot of people here. 300-400 maybe. It's quite a big deal. And there's people fishing down there as well. Well, I've been doing some bike maintenance for the last hour or so. I had to take the battery out and check the water level and replace a blown fuse. This bike seems to have a bit of a problem there. And also another blown headlight. That's the fourth actually globe that it's blown. And it's a funny little place this. It's the town of Pasto, just near the Colombian-Ecuador border. And I arrived quite late in the afternoon. It was bordering on dark, raining, morale was down a bit, wet, cold, all that. It's quite cold here actually. And I followed some signs to a hotel, and someone came out and said, no, we're closed, we don't do that anymore. And I'd seen another sign earlier, so I went back there and pulled in here. And someone comes out, yeah, we got a room and all that. It's very, very cheap, like, oh gee, what is it? It's less than $10 Australian. And they say, yeah, come in here. And what actually happens is they actually bloody lock you in here. So in an emergency, the only way I could get out would be to jump over the wall. And there's a phone. That phone you saw at the beginning of the video. You pick that up and they open the gate. Nevertheless, you're locked in there. I've never seen anything like it. Absolutely amazing. And also again, I repeat, the lack of knowledge people have of their immediate environment is absolutely staggering. When I went to the first hotel and it was shut down, I made it clear, is there anything else in the surroundings? He said, no, you have to go this way. Well, I knew there was another one 500 metres away. And a similar thing happened yesterday. I was actually, the day before yesterday, I was getting a bit low on fuel. I didn't know where the next fuel was, so I stopped and asked someone, and they said basically, oh, two kilometres up the road. Well, there was no fuel for 100 kilometres. And I was a bit wary, so I stopped and asked another person. I didn't get a good answer out of him, so I made the decision to go back to the previous town. And this second person that I asked said, oh no, there's no fuel for the previous 50 kilometres at least. Well, I found fuel within 5 kilometres. It's absolutely incredible.